Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. George, I know you are our host for the day. I don't know whether you can do a quick, invitation to all of us, and then we can hop into the meat of the matter.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Hamos. I hope you're able to hear me.
Yes, 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 100%, yes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session. I'm glad to see all of you who have managed to join today's session. Thank you for taking the time to be here. We are expecting a smooth and engaging experience as we dive into today's agenda. My name is George Nthale, that is Microsoft Dynamic expert, and also a committee of Dynamic User Group Kenya. The agenda of today will be basically to go through the Dynamics 365 and the Power BI integration, that is. I will be joined by Amos Wachaga, the CEO of Sibasi, and Maureen Waithera, software engineer, who will be walking us through the Power BI into details. Before now, I hand over the mic to the speakers. That is, allow me briefly mention a few things about Dynamics User Group Kenya. I think you'll allow me to put up my screen, and let me know whether you can all see my my screen from your end.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. So these are basically a meetup DAG, and our story founded in 1995. Dynamics User Group is our industry longest running independent Microsoft community. That is, DAG began as an online discussion forum and has since expanded to provide video content training programs, interactive virtual and in-person events, regional meetups, sponsorships, communities, and more. DAG is a free community that is for users, implementers, and the resellers of Microsoft Business applications. It's our mission to support the Microsoft Dynamics 365, Dynamics GP, and the Power Platform community of application users and the professionals by empowering community members with the tools and information required to excel and grow in their profession. That is. So as now we talk, we are over 47,000 community members. So for you to register into this page is it's free. That is, we have rules of engagement. What are meetups? A place to connect with the Microsoft Dynamics and the Power Platform community at regional levels, customer, Microsoft partners, ISVs, and everyone in between can connect to discuss industry topics, network, and share ideas. Meetups are hosted by DAG, but led by local volunteers. That is, your action matters. The local meetup is open to all members of the Microsoft Dynamics and the Power Platform community. That is, we do ask that you use this time for education to grow your network rather than for selling services and recruitment. This will allow all attendees to feel comfortable in attending. If you have any concerns, please feel free to speak with the leaders. That is, I think the other thing is on the just a second. Okay, so Dynamics user groups programs became a member for free, and they access our broad spectrum of programs designed to build community, encourage connections, and empower educations. So you basically measure on Business Central, customer engagement, finance and the supply chains, Dynamics GPP, our platforms. We do also conduct a free online forum, that is Dynamics Cons in person, so conference, free virtual year-round product content, that is local meetup for everyone to join, that is. So in the year 2025, Dynamics Con Regional North America will be having meetups in these regions. We have Rocky Mountain, August 21st, 2025. For here, well, that is August 26 to 27. We also have Texas, that is September. We also have Southeast, January 14, 2026. And these events, they are free. What you need is basically to register, and we will be able basically to join those sessions. Again, we also have Dynamics Regional International, that is, we have the West Africa, July 19, 2025, Accra, Ghana, that is. We also have our East Africa event, that is July 24th to 25th. If you're planning to, or you're planning to attend this event, it will be one-on-one session here in Nairobi, that is. We also have the Europe event again to be happening September 4th, that is 2025. So if you get a chance, feel free to register to this event. You can also feel free to attend to this session, basically one-on-one, that is. Register for today, May 12, 2026, Las Vegas, that is. So we'll also keep you posted in a scenario we have any new event. We do try to organize this event because what we're trying to do is basically to continue training the community, basically what is new in terms of Microsoft release. As you know, Microsoft, they are still continue to build their solution, that is. So sometimes we usually feel it's good to organize this session so that again we can also try to share our knowledge, that is. So I think that's so in terms of Doug's slides presentation. So I will hand over the mic to Mr. Hamos so that now he can proceed from there.
Yeah, fantastic. And yeah, from our side, we are very excited. I think we'll be there for the East Africa event. We'll be there in person, and it will be exciting. So if we can meet and physically there, that will be amazing. Thanks, George, and thanks also for hosting us to be able to engage with the community, so that we're able to also share our knowledge. One of the things that you'll notice about us as Sebasi is that we are very excited about connecting with the community, and this is one of those engagements. So we hope we can be able to have an exciting session. So some quick housekeeping. So we have a number of our team members also on standby behind the scenes, who will be able to pick any questions that you may have. So as we are presenting, I know from the way we've joined, just for to be able to coordinate, you may not be able to unmute, but our team are available to answer any questions. So as we are presenting, you feel free to just hop onto the Q&A section, raise any question or leave a comment or give us any feedback that you may want to share. At the end of the day, we'll also, this session is recorded, so we'll be able to publish the same on our YouTube channel, and also we'll be able to make sure that the deck is also going to be available in case you may want to use it or see something at a little later point. I'm joined by Maureen. Maureen is an engineer specialist in data analytics. She'll be taking you you through now the live walkthrough, which is, I think, the exciting part about today's engagement. For myself, I'm Amos, as George has said. I'm the CEO of Sibasi. And as we run through, I'll just do a quick high-level intro about who we are, who Sibasi is. Just also highlight, Business Central, just in case you're not familiar with Business Central or you're not familiar with the Power BI, what these tools are. And then we'll hop into the exciting part of the session, which is the live walkthrough and the showcase of actually how do you get to create reports for on your end. Whenever if you're using Business Central or you're using Power BI, how can you get to work with these tools on a live basis? So in an intro, we are Sibasi. Sibasi is actually our mission statement, which is to provide services and solutions invested and integrated into your business for you to achieve success and have an impact. That's the mission that we live for. And we have a number of services that we provide around code development. There is deployment. Business Central, we categorize it under deployment because it's an existing solution, but we customize it to fit the unique use cases. We also have what we call technology consulting, where we assist organizations to move to the cloud or to set up data warehousing and data analytics solutions. We have many solutions that we've also deployed within the Microsoft AppSource ecosystem. A quick highlight would be to talk about board management, which is a e-board solution. And then we also have Lawyers App, which is a lawyers and legal fraternity solution, but among so many other solutions, including the intranets, document management, which are already customized solutions that you can deploy for your organization. We are a Microsoft Gold partner. Recently, I believe if you've been following up with the Microsoft ecosystem of the partnership, this has changed to what is called the Microsoft Solutions Partnership. And in this case, Microsoft requires recertification, having team members who are experienced and, who can be able to deliver on the new latest things that are happening in the technology world, including the AI tools and so forth. And we are one of the few premier partners within this region, the East African region, that have managed to transition to the Microsoft Solutions Partnership. This is not the first engagement that we're doing with the community. We have a lot of engagements that we do. We have what we call Experience in a Day, which is a partnership we do with Microsoft, where as one of the premier partners, we've been given materials to actually do training. In fact, interesting, today we were doing App in a Day. It was just concluded, I think, a few hours ago. It was very exciting. We were going through how to set up a power apps and so forth. We'll have more that will be coming later in the year. But the next one we are going to be having is Automations in a Day. These are free events. And if you'd want to see access them, you can go to sibasi.academy and you'll get to see some of those events. But also, as we were doing Dashboard in a Day, which is Power BI, we've received a lot of requests to do like a masterclass, detailed, deep dive, not just one-day event. And that's why we've set up in the coming month, I think in August, we'll be having, August 11th to 15th, we'll be having the Power BI Masterclass, which is a 5-day physical training. I think if you're in Nairobi or if you can make to Nairobi, in fact, we have an early bird discount valid till next week on July 20th. So if you want to actually participate, you can get onto sibasi.academy and then check it out. See, there's quite it's feature packed, a lot of things that we're going to be doing there, and walkthroughs on what you can do with Power BI and some extensive aspects of the same. The same is also available as a virtual training the following week, which will be done, I think, from not the following, it's the following week, 11th to 15th, and then 18th to 20th we'll be having that. So in case you are not familiar with Business Central, Business Central is an ERP which does your financial management, project management, brings together all these major components of an organization. And it, in fact, was labeled as the best ERP system by Forbes Advisor in 2024. It has so many modules that come out of box, including finance, warehousing, project management, and so forth. But besides that, you also get Copilot, and with the whole AI stack, you get to manage to do that. But an interesting bit about this is you also get the analytics, which brings about the financial reporting, but also what we are going to be looking at today, which is the dashboards integrated with Power BI. And what you'll see in terms of the stack, the technology stack for Business Central, is that you'll have your Business Central, which integrates with your core Office tools, whether it is Microsoft Teams, Word, and so forth. But also you can extend Business Central using Power Platform or the developer tools. And in this case, today we'll be looking at the Power BI side. And the main reason why we thought this would be actually an interesting topic to look at is with some of the clients that we interact with, we've seen that with the latest rapid changes within the data analytics space, is that you need there's demand for real-time analytics, whether it is to set up additional reports or to have reports that actually showcase, they draw in real-time data. Being able to also to put together reports that summarize as different aspects of the business in an easy way. And of course, with AI, there's the new technologies. How do you get to integrate that? And there is the data compliance and the quality aspect where, within every organization, you want to make sure the right people access the right information. So at the end of the day, you'll see that in any organization, you'll need data for decision making, you'll need it to be able to have financial visibility, you'll need it for operational efficiency, or even if it is your customer insights, so that you're able to respond to customer requests. And at the end of the day, you also need it to be able to be scalable. And when you're looking at this, then there are many available tools within Business Central that allow you to achieve this. So whether it is your financial reporting or within Business Central or Power BI, or being able to do your data analysis within Business Central, or doing that also within Excel. But besides that, of course, with this, you can do, Power BI comes in to assist you to do the interactive dashboards and embedded reports. And of course, within any organization, you'll have, staff that need day-to-day operational reports, but at leadership level and management, you may need to be able to create ad hoc analysis, as well as being able to see some key performance indicators that are summarizing information about the organization. So with this, Power BI comes at the higher tier of the reporting to be able to create dashboards, KPIs, and the financial reports, while the data analysis within Business Central and Excel would be more closer to the operational needs of the staff that engage with the various aspects of the business. And with this, of course, Power BI is part of a larger scale of the Power Platform, which includes Power Apps, Power Automate that does the workflow automation, Power Pages, and so forth. Now with Copilot, there's some interesting things that you're able to do, like even generation of analysis on Power BI. If time will allow, we'll get to show you some of these interesting things that you can do with this. But of course, if you're not familiar with Power BI, then you need to know that Power BI allows you to connect with many different data types, allows you, at least whether you're a business user or an expert, then you should be able to create feature-rich interactive reports and dashboards that allow you to also have an AI aspect of, with a natural language query. And it's for every person within the organization to be able to do, to create decisions. So Power BI has the Power BI desktop, which is free, but also you get the real-time dashboards and interactive reports that allow you to see data as it is flowing, and whatever is happening within the organization, you're able to see that data. As you're looking at this, for example, this dashboard, then you get to see as it is changing the real-time aspect of the dashboards with live 360 degrees view of the organization is available. Then, of course, I mentioned the AI insights, being able to create the natural language queries. And the other aspect is, as you just ask questions, and Power BI tries to create summarization and charts that get to show you information that may be necessary for your use case. It has very many custom visuals, and you can be able to create, because it integrates very well with the Microsoft tools, whether it is on Teams or SharePoint and so forth, or even being able to put the reports on your PowerPoint, which are live. And as you're presenting, you're able to do like clicks and whatnot, so that you're able to show and summarize, as you're presenting to the rest of your board or your organization. Then this becomes a key aspect. So Power BI becomes a key tool that works together with the Business Central in terms of analyzing and being able to see your data. And the best part is that it comes in with the built-in filtering, so that if you have a Power BI dashboard, then you're able to quickly slice and dice your data so that you're able to see more information about it, and you can distribute and give access to other members within your organization, the reports that you've created, or in the case that, as I mentioned, being able to actually present this within PowerPoint. So in standard terms, and when we are doing the Power BI dashboard in a day or the masterclass, we always look at it in these particular 4 steps. First, you prepare your data source, which is your Business Central in this case. Then you explore and look at what are the avenues of how you're going to present this information. Then you visualize, you prepare the dashboards, and you get to put in the charts and things that summarize the data. And finally, you get to do the sharing and collaboration with your team. So in terms of connecting with your data sources, Power BI can connect with many different data sources. Today, we'll be looking mainly at Business Central, and mainly because within Business Central, you're able to connect using APIs, the OData side. Even if you're using Business Central on-prem, you're able to actually connect Power BI with that. Or you can connect to other APIs and external services, or even use the Power BI apps to actually import or get the data in. Once you have the data in, then you prepare it, you cleanse it, you prepare it, make sure that it is ready for presentation, and you pivot, do whatever needs to be done on that side. And once it's ready, then now you start creating your data in terms of even creating the dashboards to visualize and bring your entire story to life. Once you have this, then now you can share with the rest of the organization. So interesting enough, from our side, we've already published a number of Power BI resources that if you're already using Business Central, you do not need to start from scratch. You can actually go right now to ciba.c/appsource, and you'll get to see a list of ready-made Power BI apps that you can connect to your data and be able to start utilizing this. And they are available. Some of them are available for free. Some, if you need actually some customization, then we can assist in actually setting that up. On the other side, if you would want to see many other samples that we have done before or many different use cases, you can go to ciba.c/powerbi-samples, and you'll get to see some of the samples of what is possible. However, within Dynamics, this comes almost out of box. We know profitability kind of dashboards, being able to see the EBITDA reports, or even your age receivables and backdating. But however, it's nice to hear about all these nice fancy things that you can do with Power BI. At this juncture, I'd want to invite Maureen to take it away and get to showcase a live show of actually, what I'm talking about and how this entire process actually looks like. Maureen, over to you. I guess you can just switch over, share the screen, and be happy to take it forward. Thanks so much, team.
Okay, thank you, Amos, for that introduction. So, as Amos has mentioned, my name is Maureen. I'm a data engineer here at Sibasi, and I'll be taking you through the live integration of Power BI with Dynamics 365. I'll also be showing you what is possible, some of the reports that we've created, highlighting the key features of those reports and what is possible. Yeah, so once we create our report, we'll be able to publish that. And also I'll show you how we can share with the key stakeholders, such as the managers and also your fellow developers. So let me just share my screen so that we can get right into it. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen. Maybe anyone can thumbs up or
Yeah, I confirm.
Great. Okay, yeah, so we'll start off with this simple report. So this is just a sales report that I created. And Amos had mentioned that Power BI allows for natural language queries and AI visuals. So this report highlights that key feature, and let's just highlight that. So this sales report just highlights the revenue, the orders, the quantity of amounts that have been generated by this company. And we have a key feature here called a key sales summary. So this is created using narrative visuals in Power BI that is AI powered. So once you've created your dashboard and you've created all the visuals around it, Around here, you can put in your your narrative visual, and it will create a summary of the report. Yeah. So that's one really cool thing about Power BI. We also have another visual named the Q&A visual that you can essentially query something. You can ask a question and you'll get feedback in visual form. So it will give you quite a number of suggestions like top states by top quantity in this case. How many products are there? So you can tweak it and it will return for you. For this case, it give us a count. Let's say you want to see the top states by quantity, you can do that. So this empowers your end user and they're able to essentially query the database themselves, giving them a really great user experience. And this is one of the key points for buying with your business users. So we'll go into another report that we created. Let me just share my screen again. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is a sales report, but for customer analysis. It's actually a Pareto analysis that we did here. You're able to see what customers contribute to a percentage of our revenue. So you don't have to just do tables and charts. You need to give your end user the flexibility to get the insights they want. So let's say in our case, we want to see what customers contribute to 61% of their revenue at a point in time. So you're able to do that. You're able to adjust this. And if I do 31%, it should adjust. You can see it's only one customer. So you're able to see which customer actually contributed to 31% of the revenue at a point in time. And we also get filters. So the best part about Power BI, you get filters. So end users are able to view the full dashboard based on the context of the filters they've selected. So if I need to change in my time range, all I need to do is to adjust my time range and I can view the report by my new time range. Yeah, so, and also you can, for this one, which was a Pareto analysis, you can see which customer give us that 1% of the revenue, and you can also now review others. So this is actually called drilling up and down, which is a hierarchical feature that you get with the matrix and also most of the graphs. So you're able to start your analysis from a higher level and then go to a more granular level. And you'll see this practically with the next report. So, okay. Oh, additionally, with Power BI, you're able to leverage other Microsoft tools, especially those on the Power Platform, such as Power Automate. So you'll find in as much as you want to go paperless, you need to give, some people need to generate probably this table and have it reviewed. You need it in PDF, you need it in Word. So automating these processes, you can quickly just create a Power Automate flow and triggering it here, I'm able to export this table and send this table to myself on mail. So I'll just quickly share my mail so that you can see. So that's really nifty. Okay. So as you can see, I've just received a mail just now, and it has the table that I had just selected. Of course, I have my top. So here you just need to use HTML to customize it to the format that you want it in. So you're not limited. You can export these reports, save them as documents on SharePoint, and then send the mail later, or even send yourself a direct mail like we have here. So the possibilities are quite endless. So let's review another report. Just a minute. So we have another report, which is just a HR report, giving a workforce overview. So for this case, you're able to create very beautiful graphs that allow your end user to view these KPIs at a glance. So if you need to kind of, instead of creating just the boring pie charts, you could use different types of visuals like SVGs. So like for here, we leverage an SVG visual just to showcase the 206 male headcounts, female headcounts. It's all about how you want to visualize your data. And as Amos mentioned, we get over 600 custom visuals. So the possibilities are endless. So in these reports are in the links that have been shared in the chat. So just check us out. For this report, we even created a whole employee profile. So no need to, as Amos had mentioned, you can connect quite a number of data sources. So instead of taking data from different sources, analyzing that, and which is a lot of work for most analysts, you can give your HR manager a centralized views. For this case, we have like an employee profile that gives you all the details about the employee. So you don't need to go to very different places to get the information. So here you are able to get the name, the gender, the email, the leave summary. So instead of going to essentially to Business Central, extracting the leave summary, going somewhere else, seeing who essentially is what their job title is, you have one centralized view, and it's really great. All the things you can do with Power BI. So let's go to the next report. Which is a finance report. So we have a financial report here. You had seen that you are able to. Apparently I've not shared my screen. Sorry about that. Great. I'm hoping that you saw the last report. Okay, so this is a financial report that we created, and you can install it through Microsoft AppSource. You had seen in the previous report that you're able to get a time filter. So one of the best parts about Power BI, you're able to get to do a lot of time intelligent functions. So that means that you're able to not only get a filter that will show you be able to select a range in time, but also a point in time. So what do I mean about that? For this report, I'm able to quickly point. I want this report for the current month. Of course, I've selected which month, for which month I've selected. So this one is showing for that month. What about for that quarter? So I'm able to quickly do this. You're able to see what was my profit after tax for that period, what was my profit after tax for the previous quarter. So these are the time intelligence calculations that you're able to create very quickly. And you can see you're able to view this very quickly and very in a summarized way. So I don't have to do a lot of analysis or a lot of looking. All I need to do is just see for my quarterly budget, this was it. What's the difference? What's the variance between what was budgeted and what is my actuals, and also the percentage variance. And also you are able to toggle between different visuals such as table, graphs, and depending on how best the end user wants to consume. So in my case, I just wanted to see my income statement in graphical form, but I can also adjust this to graphical form. And this is best used using bookmarks, which are some of really great features that you get with Power BI. Okay, so we'll go to one of the financial statements, like my income statement. As I'd said before, you get a really great feature of drilling up and down. So right now I'm able to see my income statement at an overview, but I can also drill down to even the specific account. So here I have the sales revenue, but I can go to what accounts constitute my sales revenue. So which is really great using your drill down feature. And you can do the same, not only in your matrix tables, you can also do the same on your charts. So it all depends on what you want to do. So these are some of great features you get with Power BI. You can also do, of course, this one is for overall. And if I need to see like a year-over-year view, I'm also able to dynamically empower my end user. If they want to see something in my default let's say if I wanted them to see in a currency, let's say I wanted them to see this graph in Kenya shillings, are you able to adjust them? One use case of this, you can do it in billions, or as if I want, I can even change this to the currency. If I want them to see it in USD, I just need to toggle that. So still the possibilities are endless, and I'm hoping you can just install the apps and then get to see what you can do with this with Power BI. So I think go to other reports, just other final reports as before we get into our practicals. So we can see how we can generate, okay, this. So you're not restricted to the industry. So this one we did for manufacturing, for overall equipment effectiveness. You're able to drill down, not only, your filters are not restricted to up to a day. You can even go up to a minute. It just depends on how you configure. Like for this one, you can see the overall equipment effectiveness at a point in time up to the last minute. So even I can get the start time and end time, which is really, really great. So you can go as granular as possible, which is something that is great. Yeah, so we'll go right into our practical today. I'll be showing you how to connect live to connect data from Business Central to Power BI. So we'll use our Power BI desktop. Power BI consists of three main areas, that is Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Power BI Mobile. These work together. Power BI Desktop is essentially what you install into your local PC, and this is where we create most of the reports. Power BI Service is a cloud-based service where we publish our reports and share and collaborate. And then finally, we have Power BI Mobile, which is an app that you install. It's either on Android or on iOS, where you can access your reports on the go. So we'll go through the whole process where we'll be preparing our data by connecting to it, transforming it, creating a few visuals, and then publishing our reports, and then now sharing and learning how to collaborate with others. So there are quite a number of ways of connecting to data in Power BI to Business Central, and you'll find there are quite multiple ways of doing things in Power BI. So one of the ways is we have the native connectors in Power BI. So to connect data, you just need to go to Get Data, and then you can search your connector. So for our case, it's Business Central. And you can see you have your native connectors here. So we have the Dynamics 365 Business Central for cloud and Dynamics 365 Business Central for on-premise. So for our case, we'll be using this one. Okay. Another way where you can connect data in Business Central is using the OData feed connector. Let me just, if I can do that. This is here. So if you need to connect data using your web services, you use this connector. There's also a shortcut. We've been talking about Power BI apps, and we'll look at that in detail just after this. So let's get right into it. Let's just connect data here. Business Central. Just click on that and say connect. So you'll be able to see your environments. If you have multiple, for this, we have only one. And then you'll be able to see the companies that exist. For our case, let's use this one. So you have the option of connecting to web services, although this one here, it's going to be, you essentially want to use the others, but it's possible. You can use whatever is comfortable for you. In fact, let's just use that. So we'll be able to connect. Let's say we want to connect to our GL entries. So immediately you see a preview of the data that you want to connect to. So that just ensure that, just to help you see this is the data you want to enter. So if you want to load it, just click on that, and then you have the option to load. Once you load this, it will be able to see it on this data pane, which shows all the data that already exists in your Power BI file. However, this is not best practice. Best practice is actually to click transform, which will take you to the Power Query editor, where we do our cleaning and transformations. So let us do that. Let's just click on transform data. Okay. We'll just share this. Okay, so this is the Power Query editor where you do your transformations. So if you need to remove some columns, if you need to rename them, if you need to change the data type, this is where you do it. And you don't have to do your data loading from the report interface. You can also do it here. So let's say I want to now import this. There are quite a number of ways. Power BI interacts with your data in 3 different ways. When we talk about Power BI connectivity, we have 3 types. We have import, we have a direct query, and we have live connect. So Power BI import is essentially where we are creating a copy of our source data into our Power BI file, which is what we want to do. Direct query will connect directly from the source. So same case with Live Connect. However, with Live Connect, it's data that already exists in Power BI service. So let's just import this. And since we've already, all you need to do to finalize importing is just apply this and then close. You can either close and apply, or you can just close. So after you're done with your transformations, just close and apply, or close. Since you've already applied, just close. So this is the report view. You get in the middle, you get a big white space, which you call the canvas. And this is where you create your reports. This is where you put your visuals, arrange them, essentially creating your report. This is the build panel, which has the visualization pane. These are the native visuals that come with Power BI. However, if you need to get more visuals, you just click on the 3 dots and click on get more visuals, and you'll be able to import quite a number of custom visuals. In fact, let's just do that to see what they are. So you get a lot of visuals. Quite a number, Gantt charts, whatever you need. You definitely get it here. Even have HTML content visuals, which allow you to actually use HTML and CSS in Power BI. So they really don't have an excuse to have a boring report, if I would say so myself. Yeah. So those are the custom visuals. And then we have the data pane. So for all the data that you've imported, you should be able to see them here. And if you toggle down, you'll be able to see the actual columns. So let's toggle down this. You can be able to see the entry number, the amounts, all the columns that you have of the data set that you've imported. So we also have the table view here, where you can actually see a preview of your data. And then we have our model view. So one of the key things you need in creation of a Power BI report is the data model, which is essentially the relationships you create with the tables that you've imported. So you need to create essentially what we call a star schema, which means you connect your fact table to the dimension tables. Yeah, so you can look at more. We have quite a number of, we have the star schema, which is the best practice. We also have a snowflake schema. So just look at that later on. So we also have the DAX query view, where you can actually preview the output of your queries and also adjust the formatting of your queries. It's a really nice interface. So we'll do just a very simple report just to show you how that goes. We'll just start off with a table. So in order to create a visual, you just need to tap on it and it will come on the canvas, or you could drag it. So it's really a matter of preference. So let's say we want to visualize the total amounts in our customer ledger entries. You can just drag that in. And Power BI will tries to make your work easy. So it will do like an aggregation for you. For now, it will do like for a sum of the amounts, but you can change the default aggregation to average, maximum, minimum, count, based on what you want to do there. Then you can now put in probably even the customer name. So for my data, you can see the amounts by customer name, but I only want to see the invoices. So let's say I put in the document type here. Okay, so they're all invoices. However, if you had like different document types, so all you needed to do is filter. So what we were doing is filtering allows you to see the report by a certain context, as we had seen with the time range. You can also do the same with different visuals. I can also filter by a specific customer name. So if I only want to do this, to see this visual by only Bill and Melinda Gates, I can do that using my filter panel here. And that's something I can do. Yeah. So yeah, so that's how you create a visual. And if you need to change this visual to a different visual, let's say I want to create it as a bar chart, stacked bar chart, I can do that as well. So all you need to do is just tap on another visual and you'll get that visual as well. If you need to create copies, you can copy and paste, and then you can create a table like that. If I want to show this as a to show the key KPIs, let's say like the total aggregate of the invoiced amount, all I need to do is just put in a KPI visual card at the top. So you can do that and just put in your amounts. However, this is not best practice. Ideally, you should create a calculation, a measure. And let's just create one actually. All you need to do is create a measure. And Power BI uses data analysis expressions. If you've used Excel, you'll find that you have used DAX before. You've also used the Power Query Editor. So if you are an Excel user, you're more or less doing the same thing here, only more. Yeah, so let's create our measure. Let's call it total revenue. So just create a sum function and then just put in your table. So for our table, it's the cost And Power BI has the Power BI IntelliSense. So you'll find even creating your calculations is quite easy because it kind of wants to autofill for you. It will show you the syntax in case you're wrong. It's very easy to understand, especially for beginners. So let's just sum up. We're doing cost ledger entries, amount. Yeah, let's just close that out. And we can move this and put in our measure. Now you can replace everywhere that you had this aggregate with your measure. So this is best practice actually. So use measures, not the meeting application. Although if you're in a hurry, no harm done. Okay, so let's say this is the report we have created and we want to publish it. We want to share this with our end users. So you need to go to Power BI service. And it's really easy as long as you're signed in and you have a license. So let's talk about licensing. For Power BI Desktop, you don't need a license. You just need to install that into your local PC and you can start creating at no cost. However, now when it comes to sharing, when we need to publish to Power BI service, you will need at least a pro license. And that is important. So let's publish that. You'll notice there's something called workspaces. So we look at that practically. Let's just go first to Power BI service, and then we can look at that in detail. So now our data is moving from on-prem. So now our report is now going to the cloud where we can share with everyone. Okay, let's give it time. So in order to go to Power BI service, there are quite a number of ways. You can log in directly on the browser, or if you're signed in, you can just click on that and you'll navigate here. This is how Power BI service looks like. One of the most important things about Power BI service is the workspaces. So we've talked about sharing and collaboration. You need to securely share and collaborate with your fellow employees. So how do you do that? So think of a workspace like a folder. Natively, you get your own workspace, and this workspace you can't share with everyone. It's actually native to you. It's your personal space. However, you can create a workspace. Let's say we create BI type workspace. For the owner, this is say apply. So if I want to be a shared folder, essentially, I can manage access and bring people into my workspace. So I can add people into my workspace here. Sorry, since this is the agenda I'm working on. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So think of this workspace as a shared folder, and I can manage who I want to have access to this workspace. And that's very important. For the HR reports that we had, let's say we have put critical information such as payroll information. We don't want that exposed to everyone on the organization. We want only the HR team to have access to that. So how do you manage how other people are viewing that report is by coming to your workspace, restricting access to that workspace. And there are quite a number of permissions in your workspace. You can give, okay, just share this one. So you can give your, let's go to this demo workspace. There are quite a number of permissions that you can give from viewer, admin, member, collaborator. So all these levels of permissions are important. So for a viewer, this is somebody who is not allowed to adjust anything on this workspace. That is inclusive of the report. A contributor, you give that to your fellow developer who you are collaborating with. You can add a member and also an admin as well. So this is one of the key security features, which is really great in Power BI service. Okay, so I have my report here. Now I need to disseminate it or to share with other people. But before that, let me show you another way of, we've seen how to connect to Power BI in Power BI desktop. What if we use our shortcut, which is our Microsoft apps? So all you need to do is go to AppSource, and we have quite a number of apps we have published on AppSource, so check that out. Also, you can get other apps, such as this one on AppSource. So what happens when I say get now, this app will then be installed into my tenant. Okay, so I just need to sign in. Just sign in with my account. Stop sharing, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Let me share my screen. Just sign in. And get now. So this is a Power BI app that has already been published on AppSource. Once you install it, it will now exist in your tenant. And now you can exploit there. All you need to do is to change the data connectivity. So let's see this one that comes. This one is by Microsoft. So you'll need to install it in your Power BI service, and it will create its own workspace. So it usually takes a while, but if you have already existing apps, like for us, we already have our apps existing here, like our financial reports already exist here. All you need to do is to change the connection of your data. So let's go to this one. Let's go to this app. Just close this screen. And we should be able to see what the app will just. Yeah, so here it is, and you'll be able to see what version it is. Once it's updated, you'll get the updated version, and you'll be able to see what version. That they're usually very well documented. You can check our app out on AppSource. And this one is the one that comes natively from Microsoft. So you don't have to start from scratch with your reports. So all you need to do is connect to your data. And this comes with the data set that was published with, but which is Business Central. So all you need to do is to change to your environment, to your company, just sign in. So for my case, I will put in my environment, I'll put in my company and then sign in. And then this report will now show with my data. Most of the time it works, so this is one of the shortcuts you can use. You don't have to essentially start from a blank Power BI file. So I hope you can go and explore that. So we'll go back to Power BI service. And we'll see how we can. Okay, let me just stop sharing. It keeps prompting me to say it's okay. Okay. Yeah, so there are quite a number of ways of sharing your reports. Okay, let me just share my screen. Apologies. No. Okay. There are quite a number of ways of sharing these reports, but one of the key ways you can do that is already in your Business Central interface. So let's start with that. Having installed your app, now you can come into your Business Central interface, and you need to enable connectivity to Power BI. And it's really quite simple. So in your assisted setup, just go there, navigate there, and then navigate to connect with other systems. So you'll see connect to Power BI. So once you click on that, you'll be able to say, yes, I've already completed this, so I don't need to run that again. So once you do that, you should be able now to connect to Power BI. Now let us personalize this layout and add some reports. So all you need to do is personalize, and you'll be able to see this. Just click on that, and this is already showing. Yeah, so let us embed like some of the reports that we have in our workspace. So you'll need to already have reports in your workspaces. So let's just do that. So you can select a report. Let's see. So you can see already, you can see the reports that exist in my workspace. So if I need to embed any of this, I just need to click on that and say, okay, and now my report will show here. So if you're tracking KPIs, most likely like daily, it will be really convenient for your employees to just land here and they're able to see their reports, the reports. So this is showing very small because we're using a report, but you can also use a dashboard. And if you need to embed an actual report, you can expand this and you'll be able to view the full reports on your screen. So let's just do that. So without having to navigate back and forth to Power BI service. And this will not be viewed by everyone. As I've mentioned before, this will only be viewed by those who have access to your workspace. So depending on the end user, on the business user, they'll be able to see what reports they're able to see what reports that pertains to them, I guess, could say. Yeah, so quite a number of ways of consuming these reports. So Amos had mentioned that you are able to even embed these reports on your PowerPoint. So, and instead of having to, let's just click on this. Instead of having to coming and taking screenshots, embedding those to your PowerPoint, you can embed the full report. So when you're presenting your, I guess your analysis, you don't have to move out of your reports. You can just interact with the report inside the presentation, and that's really cool. So all you need to do is to just export this into PowerPoint, and a PowerPoint presentation will be created for you with this report embedded in it. You can also print these reports in PDF. You can also export the data in these reports in Excel. In as much as people love the reports, sometimes some people want to export the data for themselves so that they can analyze it. And that's really something that Power BI allows you to. So other ways you can also share the report is on SharePoint. You can embed this reports on SharePoint. If you need to embed the reports on a website, you can do that as well. A website, a web app, that's also possible. And then lastly, you are also able to publish to web. So this will create a public link, and you can see that a public link that has no restrictions. And you can see that's really not a secure way. So imagine if you create a link that cannot be tracked. So if somebody creates that link and shares it with other people outside of your environment, you have a data leak and you're not able to track how far that link can go. So you'll find most organizations will disable this ability to create a published web link. It's also really not advised. So your data is, but if need be, your IT admin can do that for you. But most likely than not, it's really not a very secure way of sharing reports. You can also share these reports on mail, and one of the key ways on Teams, which is very fast. So if you need to share this on Teams, I just do that. You can also share them on mail. It is really quick. So all you need to do is to do something like that, and I can share this report with sharing and consuming these reports is really, you really have quite a number of ways of doing it. You can even share a link if you need to embed it on SharePoint, on Teams. The possibilities are endless. I think I have talked quite a bit, and I can see we are past time. So I guess I'll open the floor for any questions.
Thanks, Maureen. Maybe I know probably I know we had set up to 7:30, but I know whether I don't know whether George you'll give us a few minutes maybe to pick any questions that might come up. But thanks, Maureen, for that. I don't know whether anyone has something that you'd want Maureen to further expound or a bit of what I had shared. You can feel free to use the Q&A section to ask. But also, I think as we appreciate the opportunity from George and the team for us to come and showcase some of the things that are possible with Power BI. But I don't know whether, before maybe I hand over back to George, I don't know whether there's any immediate burning question, something that you'd want us to highlight further. As we are waiting for that, we have this, sorry. We have this feedback form where you can feel free to give us feedback. It's just siba.c/webinar feedback. We'd love to hear from you. If you just want to give us also general feedback, you can also just go directly on siba.c/feedback. I see it is not coming as a link. Yeah, so you can feel free to just leave us any feedback. If you want us to cover any other topics, we'd be happy to do that. I'm just checking the questions. Kindly pardon that part of connecting Power BI with BC. Fantastic. Is there any other question? Maureen, I guess maybe you can just be prepping for that. Then we can showcase this. Any other question? Going once, going twice. Okay, fantastic. Maureen, you can just share the screen and just show how to connect Power BI with BC. I think showing it from the live will be much better than me showcasing the PowerPoint. Maureen?
Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, so from Power BI desktop, there are quite a number of ways, as I mentioned before. So you'll need to install Power BI desktop into your PC. So you need to go to Get Data and then click on More and then search Business Central. So you have the native connectors here. So depending on if you're using Business Central Cloud or on-premise, just pick what is appropriate. So once you click on this and say connect, you'll be prompted to sign in if you have not signed in. And then you'll be able to see your navigator panel will show you the environments that you have. And then now you can drill down to the specific company. And then now you can get the data that you want from a web service or from the standard or advanced API. So that is one way of doing that. You can also use your web services. So all you need to do is come to the OData feed connection, paste in your web service, and then it will prompt you to also sign in again. So that is one way you can do. Two ways you can do that. We have the final way, which is the shortcut that I was using, which is from already existing Microsoft published apps. So we have quite a number of apps that we have. Let's say we want to find our finance app and you love it and you want to use that. So all you need to do is to go to Microsoft App Source. I think there was a link sent there with ciba.c/app source. So you can use that. Just go to App Source. You can just search Microsoft. You'll see quite a number of apps that you can install. So just choose those that have Business Central as a source. Once you install that, it will come to your tenant and you can just change your data connection to your data source. I hope I've answered your question. Maybe you can confirm.
Thanks. I think there's a follow-up question, I think, on Power BI with Business Central. I know you require some credentials. Yes. There is the two options that Maureen has shown require you to log in onto your Office 365 tenant. The other alternative is you can, especially if you're using the on-cloud one, for on-prem, you need to publish some web services to be able to actually connect to that. And I think probably one of the ways we can do this is probably do a short document. If it will be helpful, you can let us know in the feedback and we can do a short document and share it with a follow-up mail, I think, to conclude, after this event, if that will be helpful. And I think also from Tamara is, I hope I pronounced it correctly, is kindly repeat the process about the default Business Central Power BI apps. Yes, you can go to AppSource, Microsoft AppSource, or a quick short link will take ciba.c/appsource. That one will take and filter to the ones that we have published. But you can also navigate and search for others that are available, which you can be able to still publish. Fantastic. Great. Thanks, Mary, for the immediate feedback. So unless there is any other question, thanks so much, George, for hosting us. It's been a pleasure, I think, connecting, and yeah, we hope you'll host us again. We have a lot that we would want to share. If you can give us some feedback on the feedback form, whatever other topics that you might be interested in. We have a very capable team that is, working in many different areas. Check out ciba.c/academy or cibasi.academy. We have quite a number of free trainings. We have the other engagements that we are doing to help with the community building and so forth. And we'll be happy to support you in case you have any challenges. We have WhatsApp groups that we also, if you are a specialist in Power BI and you'd want to ask us directly some questions, we have WhatsApp groups that we can share probably in the follow-up mail, and you can join and you can reach out to us, especially the technical team that works on this on a day-to-day. Asante sana. Over to you, George, and we hope you'll host us again for another engaging session. Asante.
Thank you, Thomas, so much. Thank you again to you all who have managed to join this session. We truly appreciate your time, attention, and cooperation throughout the event. That is, I think your active participation and the positive energy makes a real difference. That is, it is inspiring to see everyone come together, share ideas, and contribute to a meaningful discussion. That is, your involvement helps us to create more engaging and productive experience for all. And then I think just a big special thanks to our speaker, that is Sibasity, and congratulations, whose insights and expertise and the clear communication added tremendous value to this session. We sincerely appreciate the effort and the preparation that went into your presentation. That is, I know you have taken quite a lot of time to prepare to be set for these demos. Sometimes you find that maybe your machine was working in the morning, but during the demos time, it was not working. That is, and really appreciate for that. Everything has happened as we expected. That is, again, to the DAG committee, that is Mr. Msangi, Masera Chacha, that is Nyakinyo and Sharon. I know they are here. Thank you again to the team for basically for their dedication and the hard work for making this event happen. That is, we are very, very happy to organize events like this, and we are excited to continue doing so with your continued support. That is, just a final reminder, basically to remind you that we will be having our DAG meetup one-on-one, and that is 24th and the 25th this month. So we are looking forward to seeing you there for more interactive and personalized discussion. That is, thank you everyone for being part of this detailed session. That is, I think these are my few remarks. I just wish everyone a great evening. That is, thank you and goodbye. I think we can live at our own leisure. That is, yeah.